So this is example 4. In example 4, what they're asking us to do is determine if a polygon is a rectangle. So what they tell us is that the polygon EFGH is a parallelogram. So what we can do right away is that we can mark the opposite sides with the symbols that we use to indicate that opposite sides are parallel. And we're asked to determine whether that parallelogram is a rectangle. So what we need to know before we can do this is some of the properties of parallelograms. So a parallelogram has opposite sides that are parallel, hence the name, right? And the other thing is that opposite sides of a parallelogram are also equal. Okay, so that would mean that EF is the same length as HG, and also that FG is the same length as EF. So now a rectangle has the property that opposite sides are equal and that the angles on the interior angles are all 90 degrees. Fill in that bit of information there. To check whether polygon EFGH is a rectangle, determine whether the two intersecting sides are equal. So we just have to pick two intersecting sides. I'm going to pick FE and FG. They intersect right here at angle F. So we're going to look at this side here, EF, or FG, FE, and then this side here, FG. And we're going to determine if the slopes of those lines are negative reciprocals. So I'm just going to do this not by using a formula, but just by using the graph. I'm going to look at the rise from F to E. So I'm going to come up here and determine what that rise is. So if I count that off, I'll see that it has a rise of 5. And then I also need to know the run, and that's going to be 2. So going down here to the notes from the diagram, the rise from F to E is 5, and the run is 2. So that would give us a slope of 5 over 2. Then if I come down here and I look at the line FG, I'm going to have to find out what the rise, or in this case, the drop from F to G is. So we go from there to there, and that gives us a rise or a drop of -1. And then we figure out what the run is, and that's 3. So from the diagram, the rise from F to G is -1, and the run is 3, and that gives us a slope of -1/3. Since the slopes of EF and GH are, well, they're not negative reciprocals. Okay, are not reciprocals, negative reciprocals. Since they're not negative reciprocals, EF and GH are not perpendicular. And that means that angle F is not 90 degrees, and the parallelogram EFGH is not a rectangle. Okay, so that is our final example. Tomorrow in class we'll be working on the exercises from 6.2. You'll get a chance to practice this stuff and ask any questions. So, one thing you guys know, if you do have questions, you can always come to class and just check in with your teacher, and they'll help you get straightened out, okay? All right, so last page. Get myself there.